Shoot On Sight is the first title developed by the indie company Aroko game studio. We read from their website, Shoot On Sight is a multiplayer isometric tactical shooter game with a compelling narrative at its core. The game is still in early access, so the gameplay could be a bit buggy at times, but feel free to send the developer your feedback. I didn't experience any major gameplay lags, more like computer issues, but more on that in a while. This game is basically a multiplayer shooting game. Think, capture the flag, dominate the stage and the likes. A Counter-Strike but cartoonistic with a top point of view that can be extremely fun to play with friends. I noticed directly from the main screen that I could add up to 4 friends to form a team. But I have no friends. Well, since it's an early access game, I couldn't find people online to play with, so I was playing with the bots. Still fun. You start, if you choose so, with a tutorial. I do suggest doing the tutorial as you get to learn the specific mechanics of the game. However, you can safely assume that you use WASD for movement, E and Q for side peek, and left mouse button, right mouse button or middle mouse button for help with aiming and navigation. Specifically, the middle button helps rotate the view. It can be useful, but you might need to do it a couple of times to get the hang of it. But all in all, the controls seemed intuitive, straightforward, and what I would expect from a game like this. I also really enjoyed the sound effects of equipping and loading the weapons. I found them very satisfying. Also, the choice of industrial-style background music is a perfect fit for this type of game. As I said before, the gameplay is displayed from a bird's view perspective, which is not as hard as I thought it would be initially. The one thing that I needed to train was rotating the character's view by clicking the middle mouse button. I could select a character from 4 different teams. There are 2 teams with the good guys and 2 with the bad guys. Some maps allowed me to choose only from the good or only from the bad guys. Once I selected my character, I noticed that I could gather experience and develop their skill as well as their weapons. And there is a backstory to each of the characters, which I would need to be level 5 in order to unlock it. That is intriguing, and it gives me a nice motivation for the whole experience. I started with 3 weapons, 2 long range, 1 melee and a grenade. I also got an ability which, depending on the character you choose, it can be dodge, illusion, dash, armor and more. I got dash. The game has 4 categories of maps available. These are capture the site, domination, bomb site, retakes. And then you can find 5 different maps to choose from. The bank is a capture the site map, bridge and lab are domination, office is a bomb site, and casino is a retake. A big part of your success rate, besides how fast you can aim and shoot, is how well you know the maps. That's why I highly encourage you to play even with bots to learn the ins and outs of all the maps. This will help a lot in making strategic decisions with your teammates. I also suggest that you try all of the different characters to find the ones you enjoy the best. For me it was Kayla, the police team, and Asu from the bad ones, which they are called staggers. But you can't play the police in all stages, so it's good if you have a favorite from both sides. I know that this is an early access game, which means that the game can only get better, but there is another thing that I want to mention. My computer got really loud once I started playing it. Its fans went crazy. I have a pretty good gaming computer with a 12th generation i5 and a 3060 Ti. It's not top of the line, but it can handle graphic demanding games. I did not experience any lagging or glitches, only the fact that my computer seemed to be working double time. For some reason it was using a lot of the computer's resources. Regardless, if you enjoy multiplayer shooting games and want a different perspective, I say give this one a go. It's an indie title, but if you and your friends enjoy this style of games, I'm sure it can give you many hours of fun shooting sessions.